Hey, welcome back to my shop. Today I'm gonna reattempt a no sanding bowl. Maybe I think they're called a calabash bowl. However, this wood may crack because it's got checks. But I already tried this a few days ago, and let me tell you, it didn't go that well. It turned into this. So, anyways, that piece was like really dry, and regardless of dry, that was my screw up. So I'm gonna try this again. I have a blank here, is wet, it's ash, and hopefully that's in check. And let's go at it, see if we can learn something. So my plan is to use a 40-40 half inch 40-40, and also a half inch swept back for shear scraping and some of the inside, because this guy is not able to do the curve. But anyways, let's face this off to begin with. Yeah, this checks might become a problem. I'm leaving this section in real speed because I want you to see a couple things. Here you turn the lathe up and looking for a speed, shakes, then it stops shaking, still shaking a bit. Here's the outcome. 900, a bit of a shake. And the second reason is because, so here I'm making a cut with a bit of a shake. This next cut is what it should sound like when it's perfect. Hear that? That's a good cut. This one, I'm pressing too hard on the bevel and you'll hear the da 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 da. And that will create bumps that your gouge will continue to follow and never get a smooth cut unless you start behind and get one smooth pass. So here I'm facing the back of it, and I'm gonna prep my tenon. And here's a tip for you. First of all, don't let the right side of the compass touch the wood. Second of all, especially if you're dealing with wet wood, understand that it will move as you turn it. So here I'm making the tenon in one shot, but later I will come and return the tenon just before I turn it, so it stays true. And here, even though it's spit up, you can hear the hissing of a good cut compared to a bumpy one. And here I'm cutting downhill, which is wrong, but if you lower your handle and stay above center, it will be okay on wet wood. Yeah, I need to put some weight on this lathe. Wow, even being aggressive, this looks quite smooth, no turnaround. So here I'm gonna make a finishing pass to redefine the shape of it, but if you can hear all the bumping, I'm not doing a smooth cut. My problem is that I tend to walk along and instead of rock my body back and forth, and that's what I have to work on. And also I put a big shelf under my lathe that it doesn't allow me to stand close, which I will fix very soon. So I'm going to switch to a swept back for some shear scraping. Having said that, I think I'm gonna run into trouble here simply because, I mean, if the lathe is shaking and not moving smooth, it's very hard to shear scrape something perfect. But so this is also sped up to 4 times, but I'm leaving a fair chunk of it because if you're doing this longer than me, I mean only turned in 10 months. I'm not sure that my technique here is right, because I keep moving the lines, and instead of getting rid of it, it's almost like I keep pushing them over. So if you have more experience than I do, and you see anything here that can improve my technique, by all means, please leave me a comment, and that's how we learn from each other. So yeah, this is a part where I try really hard, and I spend some time trying to do this and trying to get to know sanding, and there was a couple lines that I just couldn't get rid of. So let's be fair. This is gonna have to be sanded. I mean, I will try it again once I add some weight on my lathe, so it doesn't vibrate anymore. But I don't want to be stubborn, and we gotta learn when to win and when to lose, when we get on the horse and get off the horse. And in this case, I think, yeah, whatever, dude, you lost, get over it. Anyways, as I mentioned before, I read through the tenon just before turning the piece around, because it will move if it's wet wood. And here some people usually drill a hole. I don't. And but I do go about an inch and a half in, no farther than that, because I want to work on the rim without starting to flex. And yeah, sometimes you watch YouTube videos, and there are no flaws, there's no mistakes. I like to leave the mistakes on. Here I'm establishing the rim, and then here I'm messing it up. Yep. So that's how it goes, but I want you to see it. Guess we're doing the rim again. Yep. So here I'm going to continue, and then this, you can see the lathe moving, this little problem develop. As I guess my lathe is just not level anymore. And here I mess up the rim again. So then I established that rim, and went to trying to figure out what was wrong with the lathe and trying to level it up, which I need to add some weight to it. That's all there is to it, and I can't do it right now. But in the process of that, I forgot to record the rest of the whole one, which is probably good for you. Makes the video shorter. So moving into the final scraping. And here my first pass was like too low. I find that I get a smoother cut if I'm above center, even though I'm using a negative rake scraper. But when you believe it's almost the end, and then all hell breaks loose. Here I'm inspecting the piece, and yeah, I discovered that it split right open. So I move the camera around so you can see my dilemma here. Check that out. Split right open. So I try to glue it back together. I put some tape, I sanded the inside, and let's see if it's holding. So yeah, I was quite pissed off to the point that I misfocused my camera, but sanded the outside and put some Mahoney's walnut oil on it, and here is a finished piece. Well, for something that give me some trouble, they work out really nicely. Sometimes we just have to keep fighting. There's got a bit of oil still there because the rag has oil, but that's the shape. Yeah, I gotta keep trying this until I get good. Anyways, thanks for hanging out here. I'll catch up with you in the next one.